Guys, I'm back for some more Wes Craven reviews. Oh, I forgot to do my opening. Hey there guys, how are you? I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm here to review Scream. And so in this video, I'm going to review Scream for you guys. So here we go. So Scream is about, this killer on the telephone that's like stalking you. He wants to ask you a question like, what's your favorite scary movie? He wants to like stalk you and play a game with you and then decide to kill you if you get it right or wrong. Either way, you die either way. So the film starts out with the main, well, not really necessarily the main character, but at the beginning of the film, where the title Scream shows up, you see Drew Barrymore's character, Casey. She's answering the telephone. She doesn't quite know who it is at first. She thinks it's just a random phone call, and they have their own number, whatever, that kind of thing. And the same exact number calls again. She realizes that, okay, well, you're forgiven. Okay, the wrong number. Whatever. It happens all the time. So, and then the same call happens again. Then it comes to a point where this guy on the telephone is like threatening to kill her and her boyfriend. So she gets, well, okay, so this is going to contain spoilers. So yeah, Casey, well, gets really gutted and hung from a tree, and her boyfriend gets slaughtered first. And I mean, it's very, very intense. At the beginning, it's very creepy and very, very suspenseful and just very intense. I love the beginning to this movie. I think it's really, really good. I thought it was done very well. I think that Wes Craven just did a phenomenal job, like capturing that, very awesomeness of, of intensity and gore, and that creepy vibe of that beginning of the film. So I thought that was done very well. Yeah. So the rest of the film really is about the main character, Sidney Prescott, who is played by Neve Campbell, and so now Neve Campbell's character, Sidney Prescott, it's like she's like this really tough. Yeah, you got to know like what she was going through with her mom being murdered and stuff like that, And she's aware that the killer's on the loose, and she doesn't know who the killer is. And so, another spoiler, that there's two killers in the movie, which I thought was very revolutionary for the time. And these two killers are Billy Loomis and Stu. I believe Billy Loomis was played by Skeet Ulrich. I believe that's his name. Skeet Ulrich played Billy Loomis, and Millard something. I forget the guy's name who played Stu, but these two guys are really psychotic, and they're very, very crazy. So yeah, I mean, these two are just nuts. They're very nuts, and you realize that that they tried to set this whole thing up like a movie, and just they wanted to stay alive for the sequel. In real life, like they're killing everyone, setting it up like a movie, and you can tell that these guys were just watching too many horror films. And that's kind of what Wes Craven was kind of going for. Like what could happen if someone like was watching too many horror films and just decided to make their own movie like into a reality or something. Like what would it be like if you would kill people in reality and turn it into a movie and just wait for the next sequel and just be alive, and that kind of thing. And you can tell Wes Craven was trying to poke fun at the horror genre by exposing all the horror cliches that you always see in horror films. Like you shouldn't go at the front door, you shouldn't say who's there, you shouldn't have intercourse while trying to survive a horror film, and you shouldn't drink or do drugs or say "I'll be right back," whatever, that kind of cliche thing. And you can really tell Wes Craven was trying to expose that and just make you realize that was very noticeable. And so I think the filmmaking is very good for the time, and the beginning scene, like I said before, it was done very, very well. I enjoyed the beginning scene of the entire film. And I think I think the beginning scene and like towards like the twist end was the best part of the movie. And I think it's a very good film. I think Wes Craven did a really good job with it, and I think that Kevin Williamson did a really good job writing it. It's a really good script, and I do think it's very well done. And I think the screenplay is really good too. And so yeah, I really liked all the characters. Well, I didn't even mention all of them. Gail Weathers, who was played by Courtney Cox. I don't think I've ever really liked Courtney Cox at all. I thought she was not that great of an actress in my opinion, but she was really good in this film as Gail Weathers. She's the reporter, and she's like, yeah, reporting the Woodsboro murders and everything. And so, I thought that her character was pretty good, and she really like felt tough. Like near the end, of course. Same thing with Sidney Prescott. She was this very tough, like leading girl character. She's like this very tough character in that she can stick up for herself, and that like she wasn't afraid to call the police or fight back or anything. So like yeah, and Cindy's best friend Tatum, who was played by Rose McGowan. She was very good in the movie for the small bit of screen time you got with her character. And there's this scene where this is another spoiler. Yeah, there's a scene where she's like her death scene involves a garage door, and that was pretty graphic. And so yeah, that was pretty hard to watch. And and in some ways you can kind of realize it was kind of a dummy prop. But but another thing I really liked about this film was the practical effects. That there was really no CGI at all. It was all practical, like all the gore effects and everything, and all the violence was done practically, and that was very very satisfying for me at least. So yeah, this is a very good film. I do like it. I think it's a very good horror film, and it really just kind of pokes fun at the horror genre, which Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson was trying to do with this script. And it worked. It worked for the '90s. It was revolutionary, and it worked. So yeah, I liked it a lot. And so I think all the characters were good. And um, as far as Jamie Kennedy's character Randy, he was giving like horror advice in horror films, like what you should never do in horror movies, like have intercourse while trying to survive a horror film. No, don't do drugs or anything like that, or say I'll be right back. That kind of thing. He was pretty cool at doing that. Overall, I really liked the film, and I think it's a classic horror film, and I liked it for my child. Well, and you probably realize, well, why would you watch that as a child? Well, yeah, it's a whatever thing. But yeah, anyway, Scream is definitely a good film. I do like it. It's very good. So I'm gonna give it a B plus. Yeah, I think it's a good film. Yeah, and that's all I can say about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take it easy and take care, everyone.